What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Tatiana, and I'm back with another video. So, as you guys can see, I'm in a different spot in my apartment. I'm on the couch, so this is kind of where I'm gonna do story times for you guys. So, let me know if you like it. So, basically, today's story time is gonna be how I found out that someone that I wanted to be with or like had a fling with screwed my coworker. So, let me tell you guys what happened. So I'm getting a lot of views on He Couldn't Get Hard and the video that I posted about Wolf. So I'm gonna continue the story about Wolf, but this is going to be the story time of how he screwed with my coworkers. So basically we were working at the same job. So like you guys already know, we met at the bus stop. He asked for my number, we got into all of that. So into us doing these flings with each other, he would tell me certain things like, yeah, like we're just fuck buddies. We're not anything else. We're not in a relationship. I don't want a relationship. And he was just like, um, I keep telling you do not catch feelings. And I was like, all right, I completely understand because he did tell me not to. Hold on, guys. Let me take this out of my hair. All right, that's better. So basically, he was just like, I've been telling you not to catch feelings. And all of that was just like, basically, don't catch feelings for me because I don't want a relationship, or I just don't want a relationship with you specifically. So I was just like, I ain't gonna catch no feelings for you. The fuck? I lied. I really tried not to catch feelings for Wolf, but I did. So that's when things started to get heated between us. Like we were doing it almost every day. Like we would be at work, at lunch, we would do it. When we get off of work, we would do it. Literally. So it got to a point where it was just like nonstop, like our off days. Like our off days was on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So basically, I would pack my clothes Tuesday, okay? And then after I packed my clothes Tuesday, that is when I would head over to his apartment. So after we get off of work Tuesday, I would head over to his apartment and then he would open up the door. I give him a hug, he give me a hug. We get down to business, if you know what I mean. Freaky time. So after we got down to business, after we did freaky time, that's when he was just telling me like, not that I'm looking for anyone. Now, mind you guys, after we've done freaky time, this is like I would say a couple of weeks, like a couple of weeks maybe later. We're at work and this is like lunchtime. He's just like, not that I'm actively looking for anyone. I'm just saying that, it's some girls around the office that are catching my eye. And he was telling me that he wanted to take a break because there's a lot of new energy in the office. And all of the energy was just too much for him. He's a spiritual guy. So, like, he's big on energy and crystals and all that. So, he was just like, yeah, all the energy around the office is just too much for me. And we're getting a little too close to each other. It's feeling like it's a relationship when it's not. And I was like, all right, I completely understand why you want to take a break. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when it low key hurt because during the time that we were having freaky time, we were doing relationship stuff like in the bed after we've done like freaky time, like little special moments that no one knows. Like after we've done freaky time, we were laying in the bed, and I would never forget this. I was on my phone, he was on his phone, and we were showing each other pictures of us when we were kids, just telling each other about like our childhood, what we went through. He was telling me how he was in the military or the army. He was in one of them. I can't remember specifically, I have bad memory, but he was in one of those. So after he told me that he was in that, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then it kind of just dawned on me like, that's part of the reason why you don't do emotions. Got it. So fast forward, he was just telling me like, hey, let's take a break because it's feeling like it's a relationship, but it's not. It's not a new energies in the office. I feel like we should just chill. Let's take a break from each other. I was like, so you want to see other people? He was just like, no, but whatever. Now, mind you guys, this all happened after a argument that we had. So that previous day, or I think the same day, because he broke up with me that night. Broke up with me and stopped wanting to be with me that night. So he was just telling me over and over that he likes threesomes. He likes multiple girls, basically. So he kept telling me that it's a lot of new energies in the office, and he kept telling me that he likes females. Like he watched, like one of the first porns that he watched was lesbian. So he was just telling me like, yeah, if I see a lesbian, it's like he kept telling me there was like a lesbian girl in the office, or like a specific girl or girls in the office that he wanted to get with intimately. And I was just like, okay, that's all right. So, boom. It was our 4 o'clock break. That's like our last break because we would get off at 6 o'clock. So it was our 4 o'clock break. I go outside and it's just like there's biblical studies that's like across the street. Well, not across the street, like across the parking lot from like the office or whatever. So that was his little spot, and I'm like going, and I loved going over there because I knew he would come over there to smoke his weed or whatever. And I just like being around him. I thought he was cool. I loved his body type. His body, he's an in shape guy. He likes to box. So I'm not gonna sit here and not gonna act like he ain't fine or whatever because he is. So that's part of the reason why we were like drawn to each other, because like he liked the way I was shaped and I liked the way that he was shaped. So, and again, I understand as a man, if you tell a female not to catch feelings, she shouldn't catch feelings. But if you're sitting here saying, oh, don't catch feelings, but you're texting me, how was your day, baby? How was your day, boo? Or we're on the phone, you're calling me boo, you're calling me baby. And in the beginning of us, I'm like, chilling with each other, like other guys would come up to him and be like, oh, look, she's texting me. And it was true. I was texting the guy, but it wasn't on no flirty type ish, if you know what I mean. I'm very aggressive, Boys and girls, I'm very aggressive. I don't care. I'm not saying that I like both genders. I'm just saying I'm a very aggressive person. That's me letting you know, hey, I'm cool with you. I think we could be friends. Like, you're not my friend if I ain't called you a bitch, hoe, a slut, thot. Like, we're not friends if I haven't called you out of your name. We're not friends if I have threatened you, threatened your life. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. It's just that's the way I show affection. That's my way of showing like, hey, I like this friendship. I think we could be friends. Like, most people might think I'm weird. I don't really care, but that's just my way of showing how I feel towards people or anything. And no, I'm not aggressive in relationships no more. I wasn't aggressive towards him. No, I'm lying. I was aggressive towards him, but he knew how to shut that itch down. Like, he knew how to handle me, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so he was just, came over there at our 4 o'clock break. He came over there, and he was, smoking his little blunt or whatever. And like I said before, if I haven't called you out of your name, we're not friends. Now, one of the things that I do want to say is I have a bad memory. So if you tell me like, hey, I don't like this, I might do it again, but it's not me doing it. I'm sorry, guys. It's not me doing it on purpose. Like, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care what you're saying. I'm doing it again because 9 times out of 10, the second that you tell me, hey, I don't like that, I'm like, all right, I'll keep this in my brain. 2 minutes later, it's gone. I'm thinking about something else. My attention span is very, very short. I get distracted easily. So if you're telling me something, I'm going to forget. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to forget so fast, so soon. And so my mouth is very reckless. So when he came over there, and I think we were playing around or whatever, and I was like, BTCH, you. And he was like, what did I tell you about calling me that? And I'm just like, I was just playing. He's like, I don't care. He got aggressive. He's like, I don't care if you're playing. I told you not to call me that. You doing that ish on purpose. Like, you doing too effing much. I was like, what is your problem? He's like, nah, I told you not to do that, and you keep doing it. So what is your problem? Like, is there a problem? I'm like, what is your issue? I was like, all right, I'm sorry. And so he got upset. And so I got up to walk away. He was like, yeah, move the F around. Like, bye. Don't get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, is he serious? And I was like, that was mad disrespectful. He was like, you're disrespectful. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. He's like, now get the F out of here. I was like, okay. I got up and I left. So that night, around 7, 8 o'clock, I knew he was home, so I called his phone. And I was explaining to him like, hey, I didn't like the argument that we had. I wanted to fix it. And he was just like, I think we should take a break. It's feeling like a relationship when it's not. And it's a bunch of new energies around the office that I know you feel that. And I'm just like, what does new energies, specifically female energies, have to do with us and what we have going on? Not clicking in my head that he's literally been straight up with me that it's females in the office that he want to do something to sexually. Like, it's not registering in my head like, yo, he's tired of you. He wants something new. Like, you were just a toy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the next day, I think it was I can't, do I know the day? I'm gonna just lie and say it was a Thursday, I believe. Yeah, it was. It was a Thursday. So everything was cool. We went on our 10:30 break. Everything was fine. He went his separate way. I went my separate way. He just pretended that I did not exist. Literally, like, he walked past me, didn't look my way, didn't acknowledge that I was there, and I was just like, okay. And so I noticed that it was this female that we're going to name Angie. I noticed that him and Angie were a little too close because they had them sitting together. Like, okay, so like the camera, this is you're him, you're Wolf, and then right here is Angie. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like Angie's in front of me, you know what I'm saying? And then he's next to Angie. So it's just like, that's weird. But I didn't think nothing of it. And mind you guys, they've snickered, they've laughed and everything. But I thought nothing of it because I was like, in no way that he can just like get somebody else, you know what I'm saying, that quick. Boy, was I wrong. The next day, the same day, you know what I'm saying, the same day, lunch came around. It was like 1 o'clock. I'm going to his specific spot by biblical studies because it's just like, I want to talk to you. I want to know what's going on. Like, why are you acting like I don't exist? And I also kind of just wanted to be around him. I wanted to kind of accidentally be there and be like, oh, I didn't even know you were going to be here, lying to him so we could have a conversation. So basically, I'm walking out of the office, and this still hurts to this day. I'm walking out of the office and I see him and I see Angie. And like, it hurts so bad because me and him made eye contact. He looked at, he had on sunglasses, but like, I could see his eyes. He looked at me and I looked at him, and I'm looking at him walk to her car. She seen me. Like, me and her made eye contact, but she kept walking to her car. Me and him made eye contact, and he's walking to her car with her. And mind you guys, we have an hour lunch. Now, I know him. There is no way in the freaking world that he's going to go and get with another female at lunchtime and not bump and grind, if you know what I'm saying. There's no way. And granted, I'm not his girlfriend, never was his girlfriend, never will be his girlfriend, but I thought that it was going to be respect. That's what I was saying, because I've told him multiple times, like, hey, I understand guys have came up to you saying like, hey, she's texting me, she's done this, she's doing that. And then You've had females come up to you like, oh, she was screwing da 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 da. And I'm just like, story of my life. Like people come up to somebody else say, "Oh, Tatiana was screwing him. Tatiana was doing." None of that even happened. I'm not saying that I'm famous to have somebody hating on me, but it's just like I guess the energy that I give off to people is like I can talk shit about her. I can bully her. You know what I'm saying? And like I would sit there not knowing what the F is going on when most of the stuff wasn't even true. You know what I'm saying? So it's been multiple times where like guys have texted me and I just sat up there and I was just like, you know what? This conversation, I'm about to screenshot and I'm gonna send it to Wolf because you and Wolf are cool and I don't need no type of she's trying to F me, she's trying to do this and that and the third because let's be honest, he gonna believe his homeboy over a bitch that he fucking like. Let's be completely honest. That's always how it's been for me. I've never gotten a loyal, loving like boyfriend or like anybody that was just loyal to me specifically. So yeah. So I see him walking with Angie to a car, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went to biblical studies. I cried. I cried and I cried and I cried. I called my sister and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm having a panic attack. She was like, what's wrong, Tati? Talk to me. Like, just breathe, talk to me. And I'm just like, I just saw Wolf get into Angie's car and she was just like, are you serious? And I'm like, I wish I was playing. She's like, did he see you? I'm like, we made eye contact. He clearly seen me. He clearly seen me see her and see him walk to her car with her. They got in the car and they drove off. My heart sunk. My heart broke. All a lot, all thoughts in my head was, are you kidding me? What did I do? Did I say something wrong? Do I not look as good as she looked? Like what did I do? And in my head I kept saying like, okay, you're crying, but he's not your boyfriend. He was never your boyfriend. Like, why are you tripping? But I was tripping because I had feelings for him. And then I was tripping because how could you be so evil? How could you be so disrespectful to go and get another female's car when you know that we work together? All three of us work together. I have to see y'all every day. You just ended it with me. And then you claim that you know me, you know how I am. We had an agreement that we weren't going to do anything in the office because you said it yourself. The office is messy. And then when I seen him get into our car, like I said, y'all had a fucking mental breakdown. I was in medical studies and I cried. I did not care if anybody came outside. I was just bawling. Like I was bawling so much, I had a headache. So all through lunch, I was talking to my sister. She was like, F that nigga, he ain't ish. He don't want to be with you. Why are you crying over a gas nigga? He broke. And I'm just like, he ain't broke. Like, we're not going to go there. Like, we ain't going to go there. So he broke. We're not going to go there because he was not. I was like, I was just very hurt. And I was just like, am I stupid? Like, what did I do? I was like, only thing that I've done was try to be his friend, his F buddy, and I just wanted to be his girlfriend. But I quickly realized that he is a fuck boy. Like any female that he lays his eyes on, he'll fuck. He doesn't care. And so I just felt like I was a toy until he could find someone that he really wanted to do. Like I felt like since I'm young and I don't really have that much experience in like sex and like all of that, he saw me and was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just tell her what I want her to hear, and then I'm gonna just end it once I find someone else that I want to do this with. So after that, he was in the break room, and when he was in the break room, he was in his locker, and mind you, she was in a break room with him. Now, mind y'all, she had on the dress. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick. So I know I have on body. So mind you guys, her dress was yellow. It was like a bodycon dress. So I'm just gonna show you guys. So basically, like her dress was up to her knees. Like her dress went to like right here. And how do I know? Because I was staring at her dress. I was like, there's a beautiful color. I like it on her complexion. I think she's fine. She is working in that dress. She's a baddie. I wish I could peel that dress off, but I can't. And then she comes back. Mind you guys, mind y'all. For me personally, I feel like, okay, personally, I feel like if you're driving, okay, let's pretend like you're driving and like your feet and stuff is on the wheel, or not the feet and stuff on the wheel, but your feet and stuff is on the brakes or whatever. You're driving. Your dress is not gonna hike all the way up to where you can see my vagina. Like almost. Like it's not gonna do that. I have to be doing something for my dress to be up that high. Mind you guys, this was not a tight fitting dress. This dress was tight fitting, but it was loose. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no way it was gonna rise up and come all the way up here. No, baby, you had to be doing something, and I know that they were doing something because I know him. He is a very, very, and I say when I say very, baby, I mean very horny ass nigga. He always is ready. He always wants some. If he is around you, he wants you, baby. That is just something that I can't lie. Like, and his game was never bad. It was never horrible. His game is good. He got a nice body. He knows how to work it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show y'all. So mind you guys, I told y'all her dress was like right up to here. Baby, tell me I go in the break room. Her dress is up to here. I'm not lying. Her dress is up to here. I'm like, what the? So once I saw that her dress was up to there, I was just like, bro, they they were fucking. And so I swear to God, when I looked at her, I looked at him because the break room, it has called like beep, 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 beep. And then